No matter the apparently great deal a company got on a vehicle at the time of contract, the likelihood is that with cutbacks, redundancies, and uncertainty, they may need to rationalise their fleet. And that could apply as much to the small sole trader as the larger company. So how can they do it without, say, affecting their credit, diminishing reputation, or demoralising their people? For the answers to this, I just knew I had to ask the expert, Managing Director of Silverstone Fleet Management, Scott Norville. Hello, Scott.
Hi, Malcolm. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Scott,
Fantastic.
Company redundancies, rationalisation, re-engineering, call them what you want, but they will ultimately affect company vehicle needs now and for some time to come. I know that many companies are reviewing their existing contracts. Can they do anything? How does Silverstone Fleet Management help?
So that's a very good question. Yes, our clients that we look after, they have been looking at restructuring their vehicles. We can do this in one or two ways. We can see what vehicles have actually got on fleet. We can look to do things if there's one particular model, let's say car A, for example, is on their contracted mileage, there's a higher mileage. We can look to sort of pull that mileage with a lower vehicle, so that there's ways around things. The way the funding partners are at the moment as well, that we're partnered with, that they're fully aware of the marketplace, they're fully aware of the situation that we're in with COVID, and there's a lot of things that they're doing as well behind the scenes for our customers. So there may be things like early termination, maybe things like maybe able to swap the model with something else, maybe look to reduce the mileage as well. So there's a whole sort of plethora of different things that can be done.
Excellent. Yeah, I've heard that sales-based companies say they need to swap vehicles as their salespeople have fewer customers they're allowed to visit, and so must spend more time virtually. What's the best way to evaluate the type of vehicle that may be needed for the future?
At the moment, what we're finding is a lot of sales-orientated roles. The mileage has really dramatically increased. So where before the norm, let's say last year, was maybe 15 to 20,000 miles a year, a sales rep used to do up and down the country. Now we're looking probably 5. So there's no sort of driving in terms of meeting customers, because what's happening now is that people are doing what we're doing. With this platform, and to be honest, as a sales person, because I'm in sales as well with my own customers, I can sort of see customers up and down the country in one afternoon. So it saves me time, and to be honest with you, you get more work. Actually, I find, I don't know about you, but it's more sort of practical for me personally than driving a long way. You got fatigue and so forth. So there's various different things, and what we're finding as well, a lot of our customers are really going on the green route, so hybrid, electric. With lower mileages, electric vehicles do really come into their own with that, compared to diesels and petrols. And also for the individual, for the salesperson, they're benefiting kind of how much they pay every single month on their tax. With electric vehicles, there's no tax. So we're seeing that is the trend also.
So are electric vehicles then becoming a realistic alternative for, say, salespeople or management? Or is there still this range concern or running cost uncertainty to overcome?
Very good question. Once again, we have this question asked virtually daily from all of our clients. The range anxiety is up there, and we say the same thing to every single customer. Having a charging point at home is like having a fuel station at home. Do you fuel your car every single day when you go home? Of course you don't. But with electric cars, it's always on charge. So dependent on the mileage that you do, is really dependent on if the electric vehicle is the right solution. At the moment, the trend is lower mileage, electric cars is certainly the solution. But that being said, as well, with Tesla, that is by far one of the best brands out there for electric cars. And the main sole reason for that is the infrastructure for the charging. So with a Tesla, and I know this sort of firsthand because I actually have one myself as a company vehicle. So I see the benefits there for my tax for benefit in kind, which is nothing compared to the car that I had previously. If I was going to come and see you, let's say, which would be nice in the future to come and have a coffee, you're probably anywhere between sort of maybe 200, maybe 250 miles from where we are in Northampton. So with a Tesla, I could plot your destination in with a sat nav. This day and age, you actually talk and it does it itself, but actually plot the distance with the charging points in mind. You can then zoom in to the charging points and you can see which charger is actually being used and which one's not. So that eliminates any range anxiety because you know at any given point how many people are being charged. Another plus as well for the Tesla infrastructure is that you can have a full charge from 10-mile charge left, I should say, 10-mile range left, up to 300 in a space of 15 minutes. That's phenomenal. So when you know that you've got that, all of a sudden the anxiety is gone.
Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah. Thanks for that, Scott. I really did not know it. And I'm sure that's relieved a number of people of their concerns. This COVID crisis has spawned many new startups, especially in technology. And these people are new to vehicle purchasing. What should be on their list of questions to yourselves at Silverstone Fleet Management?
We have seen this. We have seen a trend of new businesses. We've also seen a trend of businesses that are involved in PPE as well. So with any sort of startup business, if they are looking at leasing, to be honest with you, they will need a year, maybe 2 years of full trading so that our finance partners can see their full accounts that have been filed at Companies House. That being said, that's on the leasing side. But that being said, if they are looking for outright purchase, there is routes that they can do with that. But to be honest with you, what we're seeing once again, electric is there. There is a lot of benefits as well with electric. If customers are buying cars, if customers are buying cars that are fully electric, there is some great things that tax benefits with that as well. But we tend to find, there is businesses out there that we can sort of supply them with contract hire. But to be honest, once again, they need to be trading for at least a minimum of 12 months before we can actually sort of look after them.
Yeah, so the answer for startups is take the bus for a year and then come see SFM.
To be honest, I think that's the way. But that being said, we are looking, and I know there's a lot of other dealers, a lot of other brokers do what we do, and they're looking at short term. So that is an alternative. So short-term lease, 3 months, 6 months, even 12-month lease. You can do that. You can do that. So that could be an alternative rather than a contractual contract for 2 to 3 years. A smaller short-term would be definitely by far the best route.
Yeah. Scott Norville of Silverstone Fleet Management, as ever, thanks for some great advice.
Thanks very much, Malcolm.